it is your day. Why get it? Go to Gato, it is your day.
It is the breakfast show with some Wawire.
Good morning, and welcome to the breakfast show right here on Uprising TV. My name is Sam Wawire, and guess what? Today is Casual Friday. Nimengojea kuvaa t-shirt ba. Hai. Ni supu wapi na pili vizuri. We made it. We made it to Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Hey, we are at Friday. And you're alive. And you get to watch me from wherever you're watching me. My God. Si Mungu ni mwema. Tunamshukuru Mungu. And as you know, today is Freedom Friday. But before we dig into Freedom Friday, kuna swali tulikuwa tumeuliza jana, nikamwambia tutadili nayo jana, lakini story ya biashara ikashika sana, na ndio maana leo tuko na part 2. Lakini swali lazima tuulize, is it okay to call your pastor daddy? Kama unaweza nitumia message, sindio, hapo 0756303019, sindio, tuma message kwa WhatsApp because I want to know what you're thinking. If you can comment down there, sindio, kwa status, I mean kwa YouTube or Facebook or whatever channel you're watching us from, come on, ebu niambie che unafikiria. I really want to know, but I'm going to give you my opinion and my take, sindio. So nilienda nikafanya research kidogo. You know, the term daddy, the term daddy is a term of very deep endearment. It is intimate. Daddy is and the reason why I'm asking this is because, you know, for you to understand this, you have to know where it is coming from. And you might be like, oh, Sam, maybe you're being biased. No, I'm not being biased. Well, imagine a young girl of 25 years old, okay, and a pastor of about, let's say, 40 or 50 years old, and I'm with a daddy. I'm not trying to cause division. I'm not trying to judge anybody. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get to the bottom of this, because there's some people will agree with it, some people will disagree. But like I said, I am going to give you my personal opinion. I'm going to give you my personal take. Number one, is it scriptural? And now, when you start taking it, when you start looking at it, we have to start looking at it from the context of culture. And like I said, in Africa, maybe some people will say, it's a sign of respect, it's a sign of honor, you know, like you got to. There, the people will say it reflects spiritual sonship. Yeah. I guess hapo tunaweza kujuza swala nyeti. Okay, let's read the Bible kwanza. Tuingie kwa kitu alafu nitatoka hapo kwa because my people perish because they lack knowledge. Yeah. So to dig in deep, 1 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 15. Paul says, I became your father through the gospel. I became your father through the gospel. But Paul did not demand a title. Okay. The second one, Galatians chapter 4, verse 6 to 7. We cry, Abba, Father, to God through the Spirit. Now, Isaiah 42, verse 8. I will not share my glory with another. Okay. So, Jesus wasn't banning. And okay, now look, some Matthew chapter 23, verse 9. The Bible says, and do not call anyone on earth father, for you have one father, and he is in heaven. But that's what the Bible says. So let's go. Let's dig in, because I believe as a Christian you should go by what the Bible says. Okay. Now Jesus wasn't banning. Hakuwa anasema sasa uwezi tamua tu papa hapa duniani. You cannot do that. You can call somebody dad. But this time I'm using not dad. I'm using the word daddy. That's D-A-D-D-Y. Daddy. Msianza kusema tiasema dad. I'm a father. I'm a papa. Oh, this is daddy. And I'm being very particular about this daddy because that just sounds weird. To me, boy. But anyways, let's go through this. Jesus was not stopping you from calling anybody your father. He was just warning against spiritual titles that elevate men into position of divine authority. Calling somebody daddy in a spiritual sense create a hierarchy that can rival God's own place in your heart. Nimefanya research hapa, nimesoma. Tuendelee kidogo. And the problem with e-title is it can easily get into your head. And once it gets into your head, you start, ni rahisi sana if you are not spiritually mature, ianze kupatia kiburi kidogo. Acha kwanza nianze na wachungaji afu tadili na watu wengine wanaitanga daddy. I'm coming to daddy. And see, when everybody's calling, oh daddy this, oh daddy this, oh daddy this, believe it or not, you start, there's a certain level of dependence. When somebody's your father, like for me, I'm a dad. When I hear my son calling me daddy, I feel like he's submitting to my authority. I feel like by my son calling me daddy, he's showing me respect, to a certain extent submission to the fact that I am his father. And because he's young, my son is 3 years old. Because he's young, kuna ile instinct, I want to protect him. I want to provide for him. I want to care for him. No. So when it comes to people who are a little bit mature, things become the water start becoming murky because ikikuingia kwa kichwa kama mchungaji. And then now this is this. Most of the time you cannot question this daddy. Like his authority. You may notice these daddies are usually like a final authority. That's dangerous. Daddy. No, not just answer. Some of these people will come and call Pastor Daddy. When I'm fluff, when I'm fasting, you start feeling good about it. Now, if everything must go through Daddy, everything must go through Daddy, including nani at a mob church. Lazima tueleze Daddy. Oh my God, Daddy. Inaletanga issue kwa sababu sinaanza kuwa cult, because the attention shifts from what God wants you to do to what Daddy wants you to do. It will get to an age and my son nitamwambianga sasa, yes, I am your daddy, okay, I'm your dad, but there's somebody higher than me, and that is God, and I have to show him, tell him that he has to start making his own decisions. I cannot. Ni kama sasa sahi nikuwe nalisha mtoto wangu na ako 3 years old, like nampatia chakula kwa kijiko because I just want to feel good about being daddy. Do you know I'm stunting that child's growth because now his food has to go through my hands. Eko kaishfa hapo. Mimi naona, si ndio? Mchungaji aitwe mchungaji, pastor aitwe pastor. Now there are people who have labored in the faith. You can call them papa, you can call them dad, see daddy, because culturally daddy doesn't look good. Na hii topic imetokea mahali because I saw a husband somewhere complaining. In fact, he confronted a pastor in the church or his wife calling him daddy. And the worst part of this is the pastor went to defend himself. Kwa nini anaitwa daddy? Akasema I'm a spiritual covering. No, if your husband has a problem, would you call it? No, your husband has a problem with you calling somebody else daddy. Because the reason if unajua penye mnaitanianga daddy, na unakuja unaita pastor. Hapana. On that matter, I think it is wrong. Personally, call them bishop, call them pastor, call them reverend, call them spiritual father, call them by that like a title. That's what I think. Now you might be saying, oh no, there are people I call that who are not necessarily my biological father. Let me give an example. Timothy Gray over in the US, I call him that because he practically cared for me and practically raised me and like literally provided for me, and he was a father to me in the US. I call Bishop Thomas that because to me he's like a dad. I got a pocket money. Somebody I know, if I have a problem, I can go to him. It doesn't have to be a spiritual problem. I can run to him. But kuna hii dadi ingine tunaona siku hizi. Daddy. It's weird. It is very awkward. Wachungaji, ito tu pastor. Kama sasa mimi, call me Pastor Sam. If I was a pastor. Call me Bishop Sam. You know? Call me whatever title it is. Okay? It's still respectful of Mr. So-and-so. You don't go calling your boss daddy. Because it starts turning into something. And the problem is, if people are not diligent and careful, it can be turned into control. That's how cults are born. And as a kushangati, oh my God, he was just a good person. No. And if you look at our culture right now, especially the church culture in the US, as we are speaking right now, there's a lot of things being exposed, right, left, center. This guy did this, huyu mchungaji mkubwa anapelekwa jela, huyu like, it's bad. And that's where now the element of control becomes very important. Like you start being very careful. Na unaanza kuangalia, unasema hii nitaachana, hii nitaenda na hii nitafanya. And if you're not able to question this person, because you just right now unaanza kuingia control. Like you should be able to go like, Pastor, I didn't understand this. I didn't get this. You said that I should walk by faith and not by sight. This idea, I don't understand. We need to be very careful. Na hiyo nasema kwa sababu this applies to both sides, the callers and the callees. Mwenye anaitwa na mwenye anaita. Daddy. Control. Now, let's see. You may be like, oh, so many of us call our pastors daddy because we do it because of most of the time. Now, acha tu niwaongee tuseme hapo kweli vinasemekana because of emotional wounds, father wounds. That's the truth. Najua kuna wengine sasa wanasema huyu jamaa leo. Yeah, it's the truth. I want you to walk in freedom. You go to God, let him deal with your wounds, your father wounds, hizo vitu zimepitia na baba yako, absent father, present father, present yet absent father, sio nonchalant father, you know, baba mwenye amekaliwa, so you didn't have a voice in your life. Yes, most of the time that urge to call him that natokeanga hapo na kusaidia na ujui, lakini naangalia vizuri na uangalia if you have emotional wounds. Mimi leo nimekuja tu kusema kweli, it is a red flag, because most probably calling somebody daddy without knowing, subconsciously, you are conditioning yourself, okay, to develop some form of spiritual dependency and intimacy that belongs to God with a human being. That's when now you start hearing Satan. Pastor has become a small God. And Ndio maana wengine wao wanaweza tokea huko waliombea Ruto akasema huyu mtu amechaguliwa na Yesu, amechaguliwa na Bwana, and then a few months later they're the same people who can go to the madhabahu and literally tell us that God has changed his mind. No, God does not change his mind. Okay? Mungu wetu abadishangi akili yake. The true God Yahweh does not change his mind. Yes, sisi ati anafika mahali. Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. Sema sasa it's because now they have superiority complex. Wameitwa daddy. Until sasa wanajiona they can speak for Yahweh. Hapana, no you cannot. You're just a vessel. Stay humble. Okay? Number 2, don't let culture pull you. Because most of the time we are pulled by culture. Not atujuangi. We don't even know. Umeona mtu anafanya kitu wewe unaanza kufanya. So jiulize maswali. Like I said, yesterday I told you, the Bible has over 3,000 questions. Mpaka Mungu mwenyewe akasema, you know what? Come, let us reason together. Like Mungu ametupatia opportunity. Tunaweza kuja kwake and we reason about these things together. So ukiona tu kila mtu anaita huyu mtu daddy, wewe unatokea huko unaanza kumuita daddy. Those father wants take them to God to heal you. Sawa. Huyu kama ni askofu unamuita askofu. Kama ni reverend muite reverend. Kama ni spiritual father muite spiritual father. Kuwe na heshima. But daddy is too intimate for you to be taken. What are they bebanga hivi? Like I said, you don't know what's going on in your subconscious when you do some of these things. Anasema hivyo kwa sababu my son the other day when I was talking to him, he said, this is my daddy. A guy said it with so much force, nikagundua this thing. Hii kitu si mchezo vile tunaibebanga. Anasema no, this is my daddy. My daddy. Like you could tell there's some form of possessiveness to that thing, to that statement. I started showing him pictures of us hanging out and all the good times, and when he was a little baby. He's 3 years, so I decided to go back in time with him. And you know what he said? My daddy was there. My daddy was there. My dad. That's my dad. That's me and you, daddy. Nikagundua hii si kitu watu inafaa kwa kichezea. Because to him, that is a certain level of possessiveness, a certain level of ownership that can only be found between mimi na yeye, as mimi kama his biological father who is present. Hiyo ni yetu. This is my daddy. The same thing that this is my son. Huyu mtoto wangu. That's why Mr. Kudanganya. Uliza watu wote nimefanya kazi na. The one thing I will not do, and you can ask them, I never accept anybody to call me a spiritual father. I have not gotten there. Yes, but I might have paid the price, but I have not paid that much a price. I have not served God to that level where naona, or I feel like somebody can look at me and go like, Sam, you're my spiritual father. No, I'm not there. I don't even think I'll ever make it there. Maybe Sam, okay, what, by what scale are you using to say that? It's by the scale of, the Bible tells me, go make disciples. That's all we are. That's what I'm supposed to do. I am a servant of God. You are a servant of God. Our graces may be different, and the graces upon our lives may be different, but we are just servants of God, and we are supposed to go out there. The Great Commissions, go out and make disciples. He didn't say go make sons. He didn't say go make daughters. He didn't say go serve daddy. No. Nowhere in the Bible is it said that way. That's why for me, like I said, once I heard my son saying it, nilijiuliza mbona hiki tunasemekana kanisani? Is that the kind of intimacy unataka kuwa nayo na mtu wa kanisa? Because when my son said that, you know, I felt a type of way. But that's not the type of way I honestly want to feel. Mtu akiniita hivyo kanisani. Sitaki. Serious, nimekataa. I have refused. So, the problem with that also, it can lead to a certain level of familiarity. Because me and my son, we are familiar with one another. Unaona? Like tunajuana kivyetu. Unawaoni uko. That kind of familiarity kianza kuingia kwa kanisa, we will be giving room for the devil kwanza kufanya vituko kwa kanisa. Hapana. Daddy. Me, I don't vouch for it. I don't support it. I don't think you should do it. If it's your pastor, call him my pastor. If it's the reverend, call him the reverend. Now, there are people who have gotten to the level of spirit, like fathers in faith, because they have put in the work, they've put in the effort, they've put in the turmoil. Unazaita papa na dad respectfully. Lakini kitu ya daddy. Daddy. Wachaneni na tabia mbaya. I think it's bad manners. Trust me, it is bad manners. Tabia mbaya. I stand on that. Let me cook. Wacha nipike na nimalizane na saa hii tu. No. Wewe ni msichana mdogo. Unamuita huyu mtu daddy. Before you know it, your guards go down. Ati daddy ha mind. Unaleta shida kwa nyumba ya Bwana. So I need you to be free in the house of God. And the whole part of freedom is you learn to set boundaries. Boundaries. Unasema hapa ndio tunafika. This is where we are getting to. Hold on. Like I said, Freedom Friday inakuanga tu moto hivi. It's usually this hot. Yes, you set boundaries. You draw lines. You make decision. Okay, mimi na mchungaji tutajuana mpaka hapa. I'll give an example. Some of my friends cannot step in our compound because of the respect and honor they give my parents. Hata wametumwa kabisa, enda kwa bishop uchukue 1 2 3 hours, watatuma mtu mwingine mwenye wanaona ako juu yake, and they are my friends, ni marafiki zangu, because of the way they honor this man of God as a father and my mother. So in the faith, hawataki familiarity, so hawezi fanya hivyo. Hata kama ni marafiki zangu wananiambiaga ni wazazi wako, lakini kwetu si wazazi. Hao ni watu tunatumikia Mungu chini yao. We live under that grace. And I respect such people kwa sababu sasa wamegundua this is the boundary. But when judge is thrown around, anything can happen. Tuvituko hivi. Questionable character. My God. So the problem here is that name daddy leads to dependency, because from a young age a child depends on the father and the mother. Daddy. That's why my son calls me daddy. This is my daddy. This is my daddy. That's my daddy. Coming from my son, that is adorable. But coming from you as an adult, it's a sign of dependency. I know. Sasa hujafurahia sana. Hata kina karibu kuswitch off, karibu kutoka kwa hii conversation. Nope. But like I said, Friday is usually this hot. Friday inachemkanga hivi. Kunanuka vizuri, because I want you to talk in freedom. And like I said, part of being free is knowing boundaries. Unajua mimi yangu inafika hapa. Nataka kumtumikia Mungu na nataka kuheshimu mchungaji wangu. So ndio nimepata hao wengine namuita daddy, si ndio? Lakini mimi nitamuita nani? Nitamuita pastor. Nimeona hao wengine si ndio labda lakini mimi you put your boundaries and you draw the line, the ground. And by the way, we respect you for it. Because we are mutangi daddy, we are mutanga pastor. Na heshima inadu. Heshima inadu. Touchy. Kuna watu sahi wako zile za That's the truth. then you quit. Like I said, once you start calling somebody daddy, there's a certain level of dependency. You start getting on it. Apana, si mzuri. It's not good for your spiritual health. It's not good for your mental health. It's not even good for your financial health. Kwa sababu sasa baba yako akikitisha pesa, hata kama unajipata kuna vituko utafanya. Because sasa you want to show you are submitting to that. Like for example, if I send my son, he'll go. This is one thing I believe. If my dad told me to do a job, naniachie, I will go above and beyond, to make sure it is perfect, it is good, it's amazing. Akiangalia I say, you know what, I'm proud of my son. Okay? There's a way I will invest in whatever he has given to me. Okay? Just because of the fact that, number one, he's my dad, he's my biological father. Now, your biological father is also your spiritual father. So, it become a combination moja mzuri. But that calls for more effort. That calls for more responsibility. That calls for more accountability. It's there. And the same because, like I said, if my son if I was supposed to send my son, Jedi, could you go look for, let's say, a piece of paper I left on the chair? You don't just go look and then come back. No, he will take time. He will look around. We'll make sure he does it thoroughly so that when he comes back to me, because there's a certain level of relationship we have. Okay, he knows if he's hungry, can come to me as his father and go like, Dad, I'm hungry. Nyam nyam. That's what he used to say. I don't. Is that nyam nyam? I go get him food. Okay, if he's thirsty, it's like, Daddy. There was one time I remember when he was when we were trying to train him to use the potty, and we stopped putting diapers on him, and what he used to kind of freak out whenever he used to pee on himself, like he just used to freeze and cry. And I remember this one day, I was wondering, why is he crying? So I'm frustrated, he's crying. I'm like, what's the problem? Why are you crying? Nobody has hit you. You haven't done anything wrong. Why are you crying? And I remember that day I got so frustrated. By the time I figured out that he had peed himself, I had kind of shown him that I was angry. And he looked at me in my face. Just, oh, good Lord. I remember he went, took a shower, and when he came back, he says, Daddy, I'm not crying anymore. Oh. That broke my heart. Kama kuna kitu imenivunja roho. My God. I held him and I apologized. Twice in my life, I have apologized to that kid to a point where I felt, Yani, Daddy, I'm not crying anymore. Like he did it to make me happy. That is not crying. But I was not angry at him. I was just frustrated because I didn't know what was going on with him. And ever since then, I made it a very, very deliberate choice to listen to my son. I listen. Anything he says, I take it in. I even write it down in my diary. In fact, most of the things in my diary, you find my son said this, my son said this. This is what my son said today. He did this, Because in his quest to grow up, he'll try to please you as daddy. Now, if you're not careful, that kind of relationship, especially in the church, can lead to some form of very bad and even toxic dependency. And that's not what the kingdom of God is about. It's not. Daddy, I'm not crying anymore. Hey, kaka. That the man, let me tell you, if my son says, Daddy, I don't feel good, I take it. Say, Daddy, I'm happy. Yes. Daddy, I'm tired. Yes. Daddy, I'm sleepy. Yes. Daddy, I don't want to sleep. I listen to that boy. Because that day I figured out that my reaction, my disposition means a lot to this child of mine. But see, that is not the way inafaa tukue na pastor. That is the way inafaa ukue na Mungu. After a while, I'll expect my son as he grows he develops such kind of a relationship with God where he knows he can go to God and say, Daddy, I am not feeling okay. And God comforts him. Says, Daddy, it's not fine. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Daddy. So let's not misuse that thing. Let us not, please, I beg. Na kama ni mchungaji, kuna vitu haifai ukubali ziendelee. There are things you as a pastor should not agree with, because, like I said, there are consequences, there are ramifications, and sometimes you might not see them because they're not physical ramifications, but these are things that are going on in people's minds. These are things that are going on in the subconscious, and you need to guard the flock. Pastor is okay. Brother so-and-so is okay. Minister so-and-so is okay. Bishop so-and-so is okay. Reverend so-and-so is okay. Archbishop so-and-so is okay. Assistant Jesus is not okay. Daddy is not okay. And if you're dealing with equity or dependency, go to God. Please go and pray. There's a song that was written, says, you're a good, good father. That's who you are. That's who you are. That's who you are. And I'm loved by you. Yes, God is a good, good father. Achana na huyu daddy yako hapo kanisani. Mdosi wake. Yule mwanako juu yake sasa. Our God. Yahweh. I am. Is a good, good father. Now, as you close this segment, kwa sababu like I said, Friday na kujanga tu moto, sindio? I realized in the Bible, especially in the book of Genesis, God did something. How do I put it? God did something. Let me look for a way of putting it culturally correct. God did something that gave bonga points. See, the children of Israel were in Egypt and they were slaves. And because they were taken there during slavery, the only gods they knew were the gods of Egypt. Most of them were born there and raised there. So the gods they knew were the gods. So Moses asked God, who do I tell them you are? Because he's used to gods having titles. And God did Mungu alifanya ile kitu. God tell them, I am. I'm not some small God. I don't have a name. I cannot be limited. Tell them I am. I can make a burning bush. And it's not being consumed. Like I can make fire. I am the creator. I am. Boom. Moses left. I'm sure Moses was like, I am. Yeah, really. But then because of what the conversation they'd had with God, he understood I am. So in your life today, maybe you're living in an environment where even daddy is God. You're so used to small gods. But have you tapped into the power of I am? That issue you're having, have you tapped into the power of I am? Because I am is a G-man. Yeah, King Yanga. I am. Today is Freedom Friday, and I need you to walk in freedom. So part of this freedom is understanding that God is our Father who art in heaven. It says we call him Abba, Father, Baba, Daddy. That is him. Okay? Number two, you have to understand this Father of ours is I am. The angel comes and tells Mary, nothing is impossible with God. Like, huyu baba yako anaweza fanya chochote anataka kufanya. Kama ni pesa, he has cattle on 1,000 here. This guy owns everything. He's the creator of heaven and the earth. He was there before time was. He's going to be there after time. He's not limited to time. And he's not controlled by our situations and our circumstances. We are not powerful enough to control God. We will never control him. Okay? The only thing you can do is put God in a box in your mind. He says, I can do exceedingly, abundantly, above. That's the kind of father we have. That's the kind of father we need to address as daddy. But these are the daddies. Achaneni nazo. We take a short break. Alafu turudi hapa leo. Nikumoto kidogo, sio? We'll be right here on Uprising TV Breakfast Show, and as usual, sio? Nafurahi tuko hapa. Na leo ni Freedom Friday, tunaanza kwa hivi kidogo. Na tunasoma mbele, sio? We'll be right back after this short break.
This is Uprising Television, enriching lives.
wote 24 na maserafi wote 24 na maserafi wote 24 na maserafi kule mbinguni wanasema umetukuka milele. Arusha inasema umetukuka milele. Baba tunasema umetukuka milele. Baba tunasema umetukuka milele. Baba umetukuka, umetukuka Baba, umetukuka Yesu, umetukuka milele. Baba umetukuka, umetukuka Baba, umetukuka Yesu, umetukuka milele. Yes. given me victory. Game changer has given me victory. He has given me victory. The King of Glory has given to me great victory. He has given me victory. The King of Glory has given to me great victory. He has given me victory. Oh, oh, He has given me victory. Oh, oh, He has given me victory. Naturally, I couldn't reach it, but with my eyes of faith, I could see it. I reached to the one who holds me. Defender, show yourself. He showed up. Naturally, I couldn't reach it, but with my eyes of faith, I could see it. I reached to the one who holds me. Defender, show yourself. He showed up, yeah. Game changer has given me victory. He has given me victory. The great physician, He made it possible for me. He has given me victory. My event planner has organized for me a victory. The event planner has organized for me a victory. Oh, oh, He has given me. Oh, oh, He has given me victory. On every side, in every way. He has given me victory. God has done for me. He has given me victory. My eyes have seen the glory of the living God. My eyes have seen the glory of the living God. My ears have heard the glory of the living God. My ears have heard the glory of the living God. My hands have touched the glory of the living God. The glory of the living God. Naturally, I couldn't reach it, but with my eyes of faith, I could see it. I reached to the one who holds me. Defender, show yourself. He showed up. Naturally, I could feel it, yeah. But with my eyes of faith, I could see. I reached to the one who holds me. Defender, show yourself. He showed up. The game changer has given me victory.
Yes.
He has given me victory.
God changes, given me victory.
He has given me victory.
Ocean divine has given me victory. He has given me parade, parade. The glory of the Lord is on display.
Parade, parade. The glory of the Lord is on display.
Parade, parade. The glory of the Lord is on display.
Parade, parade. The glory of the Lord is on display.
The glory of the Lord is on display.
The glory of the Lord is on display.
I say the glory of the Lord is on display.
The glory of the Lord is on display.
Parade, parade.
The glory of the Lord is on display.
I say parade, parade.
The glory of the Lord is on display. Jesus has given me victory. He has given me. I am the only number one. Has opened up the gates for me. He has given me victory. The forever the same has taken every shame away.
Jesus.
Parade, parade. The glory of the Lord is on display. Look around, it's on display. Look around, it's on display.
This is Uprising Television, enriching lives.
Hi, karibuni tena. Welcome back to the Uprising Breakfast Show with Wawire here. Na kama kawaida, unajua mimi najaribu kutusaidia sisi wote. Jana tunaanza watu wa biashara. Lakini kabla Wycliffe aingie niliwaambia tuongee juu ya vitu ya pastors kuita daddy. Mimi nimemwambia sina shida na, lakini mimi naona inaletanga shida. Inaitanga dependence, si ndio? Lakini sasa watu tutoke kwa maneno ya daddy, tuangalie maneno ya mfuko. kwa sababu siko bahati dadi anahitaji tithe and offering. Tumesema ukweli. Anyways, yesterday weekly from Chamber of Commerce alituongesha juu ya biashara, and most of you are really motivated. Sasa alifanya part 1 ja, and I am very glad he is now in the studio with me. I wish mngejua mimi nimekuwa nikingoja hii. Hata nimekuwa nikiongelesha, nilikuwa nangoja tu afike. Sikudanganya, mtamuuliza baadaye, atawaambia nilipigia simu nikawa kaka. This is the thing. Today we might spill over kidogo tu, na naomba mtatuongezea dakika 10 because I am sure what he has to say we want to listen. Na nipo serious. If you have a notebook and a pen, jana as we left here, your responses were very nice. Mwambua hata kuna ngine mmeenda mregister biashara, tafadhali msiwache, na mnampatianga ushuhuda. Kwanza tutatafuta hata namba yake ya ofisi. Sitaki kuwapatia personal namba yake, napatia ya ofisi. Mnaweza pigana huko, mnamuuliza maswali. Anyway, quickly, karibu tena.
Asante sana.
It's good to have you.
Good to have you.
Nice.
It's good morning, chilly morning, eh? It's a chilly morning.
I don't know what's going on. It's like winter yetu imefika.
It's July, you know. July is here.
Kuna baridi.
Kuna baridi. It's cold. But then it's also good because we know we have planted and we are nearly harvesting.
Hapana. Wiki pamefurahi kwa sababu kuna mke na ametoka nyumbani vizuri. Wengine wao mkoko mnaumia, fanyeni biashara. Wiki serious.
Yes.
Jana ulituanzisha vizuri.
Yes.
Lakini sasa leo nataka tu nikuulize swali moja mbili tatu.
Yes.
The first one is, you've worked with a lot of business people.
Yes.
What are the fears when people go into business?
Fear of business. So kwanza ni kushukuru kwamba umenihost.
Except for capital flight. Hiyo nilikuwa nataka kusema. Unaona nilijifunza kitu jana.
Sasa asante sana kwa kunihost this morning. Chamber of Commerce, jinsi vile nilisema jana, is a business membership organization.
Yeah.
For us, what matters to us is biashara. Jinsi vile watu wanaweza fanya biashara. Na pia jinsi vile unajua kotu. Kotu huwa ni inatetea wafanya kazi. Sasa Chamber of Commerce nayo inatetea wafanya biashara. So nasema hivyo ili uelewe zaidi kuhusu Chamber of Commerce. Na jana tukasema kwamba tutazungumzia kidogo kuhusu the fear of business. Yani uoga ambao unatokea ama unafanya watu wasiingie kwa biashara. Kwanza uoga ambao ni mkubwa sana ni uoga wa nitaanza kweli, lakini nitakuja kuanguka siku moja na nitachekelewa.
The fear of failure.
The fear of failure. Kwamba today uko na idea ndani ya kichwa, unafikiria hii kitu ninaweza fanya na inaweza kuwa biashara. Lakini kila siku unasema na ikianguka nitafanyaje? Na ikianguka si watu watanicheka. Na ikianguka, unajua biashara saa hizi with the technology, I don't need kukua na nimeshanunua kitu ndio niuze. Ninaweza uza kitu yenye sina.
Yes,
nataka nikupe example. Siku moja nilianzisha Facebook page yangu. Na nikachukua public address system nikaeka. So msichana mmoja ambaye tulikuwa naye kwa college, sasa alikuwa ni CU patron wa shule hapa Kakamega. Anasema unauza hizi vitu siku hizi? Nimesema nauza hizi vitu. Anasema tunahitaji, hata tumefanya mchango ya shule na sasa tuko na 100,000. Tunahitaji. Hebu tuwafanyie budget yenye inaweza tosha 100,000. Bali chenye nilifanya nikaangalia speaker ni pesa ngapi, microphone pesa ngapi, ni pesa ngapi, ikakuja yote total 78. Kamwambia niko na hii package. Akasema sawa, naweza tuma pesa, hiyo mzigo inakuja kesho. Akatuma, nikachukua 70,000 nikalipo jamani, nikamwambia parcel utume wapi? Utume to Kakamega. Mimi nimepata profit ya pesa ngapi? 20,000. Clean money. Si kwamba nauza, lakini niko kwa biashara. Kuanzia hiyo siku ndio niliingia kwa biashara. That was in 2020 or 2019 there.
The middleman.
Yes, the middleman. Business you can begin. It's not necessarily money. Unajua umesema vizuri sana. Si ya sababu ya pesa. Usiogope biashara kwa sababu ya pesa.
Yeah.
Unaogopa biashara kwa sababu ya uoga. There is a giant in you and that wants to be, to go out and dare. But again, there is a pig in you that wants to wallow in the mud and wallow and stay in the comfort zone and say, siwezi naogopa. So the first fear is fear of failure. Unaogopa kwamba mimi nikianza alafu the second fear sasa, kama umeingia, kuna watu ambao wanaogopa KRA. Wao wanaona tu kwamba KRA itakuja kukuharas. Kuna wengine wanaogopa county government, ambao wanaona tu county government watakuja wanishike kwa sababu ya permits. Sasa wakati unaingia kwa biashara, ili kuavoid these fears, the first thing, fear of failure. Kama haujawahi anguka maishani, acha nikwambie kutoka leo, kama you've never failed, you need to fail. Because it is from failure that we learn, we take the lessons and we learn. So failure is good. We need to fail. Number 2, KRA, wakati unafanya inaitwa wakati unachukua biashara yako, lazima ujue ni obligation gani ambayo KRA imekupa. Na kama imekupa hiyo obligation, fuatilia. Make your unajua KRA wakati haufile returns, they just keep quiet. It's like everything is okay. But one day they will come for you. So make sure that you are in good standing with KRA. County government, kama unataka kwenda kwa biashara, tafuta pesa ya kukata permit. It's close to 3,500. Unajua unaitafuta between mwezi wa December to mwezi wa 3 na unalipa. So that then you have an entity. Na kuna zile ambazo unalipa per day. Me, I would say be in good standings with all those authorities, entities. Alafu fanya biashara, you would make losses. Anytime you make a loss, know that it is part of business. One day you'll make a profit ambayo ita cut off that margin. Na ukiingia kwa biashara, do not expect miracles. It doesn't happen that today umeingia tu kwa biashara na ukapata profit pap. It doesn't. It's you grow progressively. You make failures. Now, kama mtu anaweza kukuchekelea kwamba wewe umeingia kwa biashara na ukafail, remember yeye hajajaribu. Sasa you are better than yeye.
Kwa sababu mtu anajaribu hata kuchekelea.
Wewe umejaribu na ukajua hapa ni kubaya. Alafu then the other fear is the fear of loans. Hii iko western sana.
Na mimi mmoja
fear of loans. People fear loans. People fear loans. People fear loans to an extent. They look at a bank when they are offering you a loan as a threat. Yet, show me any. There is this man who is the richest guy in Vihiga. He has several buildings here. He has buildings in Kakamega. He has buildings in Kitale. I don't want to say his name, but you know him.
I know him.
He told me one time when we had a session, he said, the first property to have is always very hard. Because then you need to go out of your way and do a loan. Then the second property, third property, you build from the first property that you have developed. So loans are remains to be part of the process that we use to get capital to get into business. And when you get into loan, there are two ways there is the short working loan, short working capital. Pesa yenye unatumikia kufanya biashara ya hapa na pale. Unaenda unanunua stock, unauza, you get the profit. Lakini kuna the long term. Yenye sasa unafanya development, maybe unajenga nyumba, maybe unanunua gari. The repayment period would take some time. But ideally it would come. So pima biashara yako. Don't go for a bigger loan that you could not manage to repay. Always go for a facility that you are able to repay and still pick it up. Jinsi vile unatengeneza CV yako, watu wanakujua kwamba wewe ni mzuri. So the same is when you're handling your loans, because the way you repay, people say, you know, the bank and financial institutions are able to say, huyu akichukua huwa analipa,
anarudisha.
Sasa kama wewe hata hii pesa kidogo 5,000, 10,000 ambayo unachukua under programs kama, you know, that all these programs Jinue and all these other, kama unaweza default kwa hiyo, can you then be entrusted with
big money,
5 million?
Yeah.
You can't, because then when you had small money,
you cannot be
you were not faithful with it. So fear of loans is part of the issue we handle in terms of business. So we've talked of fear of to fail, fear of authority bodies like KRA, you know, county government entities. Then we have the fear of loans. You know, people see loan as an auction, but before it comes to an auction, they will always reach out. I want to give you an example. Someone who has never failed some cannot advise you.
No.
Someone who has never failed should advise you.
That is true. Mimi mtu mwenye hajai fail, maneno yako na kwa ngumu.
So now let me give you a personal experience. I got into business, was doing very well. Got a facility, got an asset. Gari, then he gari kaibiwa 1 year down the line. Now I have a facility that I'm servicing with the bank. Then the bank comes to auction me after, you know, some time after, it was like a year. But then I go to the manager and explain to her, tell manager, this is it. Even if you say you are auctioning me, because they came, tagged all my properties, tagged all my businesses. I told them, unless you want me to die, and even if you auction all this, it will not repay that. And even if I've died, you will not get that money. So let me leave, do business and repay. And the manager was very kind. She said, okay, let me talk to the auctioneer to stop the process. So they stopped the process. But then I was able to now, you know, start pulling it up. But then at the beginning of this year, I was able to clear that loan. And when I cleared, manager told me, you know, you have done a very big thing. Now you are free to do business. So, you know, you fail and rise up again. And business, it's not a walk in the park. If it was a walk in the park, everybody would be doing it. It has some secrets. There are secrets in business.
And principles that you have to abide by.
And those secrets you don't tell people. You don't tell people.
Very true.
You don't tell people how you get your profit. When you will have, you know, kuna biashara yenye nikianzisha tunaona tena majirani wameanza kuuza the same product. We are targeting the same market. Toroka hiyo kitu, wachana nayo, waachie, wewe tafuta ingine.
And I think that's one problem tuko nayo huku. One problem we have in Vihiga is people they like copy. They don't do new ideas. They just do the same thing. And the worst part is these guys selling hapa, huyu mwingine atakuja yake.
Targeting the same market
and same group, same
demographic.
You know, like, and the thing is, I'll give you an example. In this town, back in the day when I used to go to Nairobi and come back, tulikuwa na only one person selling smokies. Wakati. Sasa wako wangapi?
So many.
Target wamebadilisha. It's usually just the same place. The same business.
Unless they pitch differently. You know, there's one who pitches differently, like is able to ingia kwa, anajua penye nini, anaingia kwa offices, you know.
Anaongea tu gate. And see, sahi in every corner.
There is
Sasa, the other day I even challenged one of them. I asked him, what makes yours different?
What makes yours different?
Because, okay, let's say I borrowed an idea, but I have to build on it.
What is the gap that you've identified? We can't be 10, but which idea, which niche are you doing?
Because, like I said, yes, we can have market for all, but somebody has to cut a niche. And I'll put an example, just like what you said the other day, you told us people can do, especially events. We have a lot of printers in this town. How many do you have now? 5. And the shooting come on, man.
Yes.
Others are copying others.
Yes.
You know, we are photographers.
Yes.
Everything. What is going to make you us standard? Na saisi market, I want to talk about this young man. Na shooting na market.
Yes.
Ni kwa sababu jana niliona kazi yake and I understood what you are saying.
Yes.
This young man doesn't have a big platform.
Yes.
He doesn't have some huge machinery that you can say can move the world. But the way he takes his pictures, he has understood anything.
Who is this man?
Shakur.
Where is he located?
Unaona opposite Broad Park.
Yes.
There's like a small hidden studio there.
Oh, okay. I want to talk about photography with a very serious
And the thing is-
experience. And I want to talk from a personal experience.
Ndugu alinishangaza because nilimuuliza, okay sawa, kila mtu anapiga picha. Everybody, even me, I have cameras here. I'm about taking pictures.
Yes.
What is going
What
to make
makes yours unique?
Akaniambia yeye yake si kupiga picha. Yake ni after the picture is taken. That is where sasa amekati his niche. Na wacha nikwambia ukitaka hata hii background abadilishe ukwe Dubai.
He does that.
And he does it perfect.
You know, I've come to realize that business is about efficiency. How efficient are you?
Yes.
And professionalism. Kwanza kama ni photography and this professional nini. Because I have to give you an example. I take a photo from you.
Yeah.
You take 2 days to deliver. I tell you, please change this.
Yeah.
You also take time to do it.
Deliver another 2 days.
I feel, but then there's another one who picks today. He does it that very day. He sends it.
The next day.
He sends it in a very good format.
Yeah. Inaitwa ile anakutumia kama HD.
You know, and we know you are just using photography as an example.
Yeah.
You can copy what we're saying and then put it
In any other business.
In any other business. Now I want to give you an example of what my friend told me last. He told me, this machinery that you can just have and you hire, ziko sawa sana. Like hata kama iya. Sorry, I'm going to say something very sad. Iya kuteremsha mwili kwa kaburi. You know, ni kama people hire and you know, that's what mwili mnashika mwili mnaweka hapo, yeye tu atafanya tu hivi arudishe chini. 2000 imeenda. 2000 imeenda. Tena next week 2000 imeenda. Tena next week 2000 imeenda. No, my friend. I'm just trying to tease the viewers and tease all of us that business is everywhere.
Everywhere.
Business is everywhere.
Jana ulinifunza. Where there is a problem,
it's money. There's money. And in our expo, Vihiga Business Expo, we are having we are solving 2 problems. Wanafunzi watakuwa wamekuja nyumbani. Students will be at home, watoto wako nyumbani. We have a kids corner where you bring your kids waende wacheze. Unaona? We have an opportunity kama wewe ni mzazi, uko na wanafunzi wenye wako high school and all that. You need to teach them about business. Bring them to the expo. Because it is through the expo that they will be able to see what business is, connect with business facilitators, and develop interest in business. 3 things. Then, in the same expo, we have a legal firm, Lichuma Advocate, who are offering free legal clinics. You know? Sasa ukiwa na issue ya shamba, family issue, or legal issues, why would you miss coming to the expo? Because it is through this that then we are going to have, your issues. You talk to a lawyer, he's able to advise you on the export and tell you this one you're able to go this route, this one you're able to go that route. And that legal whatever, it's there. Those who are doing and facilitating agriculture, there's one farm that is giving, advice to fish farmers, helping you to change the feeds, telling you when do you change the feeds, providing you with the feeds itself. And they are located here, just next to Broad Park. They are on the ground that day. There is one farm that is doing a wash financing. They give you money they give you tanks on credit. They give you tanks on credit. 10,000 liters, 5,000 liters. They have confirmed they are here on the expo. Come, link with them. Get a finance in terms of wash, in terms of tank. Get a tank in your home. That is how agriculture then begins. Where there is water, there is then production. You get it? So you need to get connected to the service providers that are able to help you grow. That thing that you are looking for, someone has it.
Yes. Somebody, another human being. Mtu aliyesema Mungu anatumianga tu binadamu. Whatever you need, somebody has it.
Somebody has it.
Now this expo, sasa, now that hata unaongea. You have cut it. Umeenda mbio sana. Sasa, now I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
So the children can come.
Yes.
The teenagers can come.
Yes. Yes.
Because I'm sure there'll be some people will be talking about money management,
yes.
how to manage finances.
Yes.
You have talked about sasa wakulima.
Yes.
Other service providers.
Yes, like banks. All service providers. You know, this thing is cutting across all sectors.
Yeah.
Agriculture, finance.
You also mentioned internships.
Yes, internship, and even in institutions, educational institutions, including colleges like Kaimosi, Friends College Kaimosi, right now it's in the National Polytechnic.
Yeah.
And these are the institutions, so that then we are able to, we need to build ourselves.
Yeah.
And building ourselves means, as a young man, you are sitting at home, you do not have hope of going to college, yet if you would have attended the exhibition, it would give you a simpler way to learn in terms of get admission, after getting admission, defer a little bit, go to help portal, apply for help, get your help, go back to school, and then learn. So that then, it was very hard for you to begin, but when you got the admission, you deferred a little bit, used the letter to apply for help, got the money, went back to college. My friend. We need to think and and a bit to be innovative.
Yeah, Wycliffe, the one thing that Sain and Sumbo,
yes,
honestly, especially with our people here,
yes,
is the fact that we have so much going on. We have so many good things, but people are not aware of them. And I think this is a very good platform. If you're a businessman, if you intend to go into business, or even want business ideas, literally I've sat here with you, and when I left yesterday, let me tell you 3 things I did. I checked on our cows, I checked on the pigs, and I checked on the fish farm. Because I want to know, what do I have? And what is needed to make these things profitable? Where do I, and like I said, kama watu watakuwa, mimi sitajifanya, Uprising itaendelea. By the way, I now have people here who can do camera work, whatever. Me, I'll go look for help because trust you me, after COVID, the one industry that will never die is food industry. Now, there are small farmers out there. Can they get help?
Farmers need to come, and there are those circles that have begun under different programs like NAPCDP.
Yeah.
I encourage those circles to come out, because then they're able to get opportunities to do, get finance, opportunity to get financial help in terms of technical advice, and so much. Because then I'm also the secretary of Viga County Trader Circle. And this is a circle I've been a member from 2008. And I can tell you that is a circle that is growing. There is, in circles we have back office and front office. That is a circle that is heading to a front office in Viga, because its loan book right now is close to 60 million. And it's growing every day. Actually, I usually do every Monday at 7:30 to 8. I do Saving Club. It's a WhatsApp platform call. Everyone joins. We do 30 minutes, strictly 30 minutes. Talk about savings, talk about what you expect in terms of savings and growth. Then later, link it to, practically saving. So that, after preaching, you do offering. So for us, after that, we do save. We do save that time. So ideally, we need to grow our institutions.
Yeah.
We need to grow our SACCOs, our financial institutions. We need to grow our enterprise in agriculture.
Yeah.
We need to grow our enterprises out of agriculture, like events and all this.
Yes.
We need to grow our business, because it is business that will give us money.
Yeah.
And it is money that gives us, ability to grow,
Yeah.
ability to then expand.
Yes.
Because we would want to have a town called Mbale,
Yeah.
not just a market center. But for us to do a town called Mbale, it means money circulating.
Yeah.
So there are two ways we could probably do money circulate in Mbale properly well, by increasing the admissions of institutions that are here, so that then we have many institutions with increased number of students, and therefore money circulation is high, because then they depend on they want to somewhere to live, they want food. So when we have Kaimosi National Polytechnic, we need to tell them to increase their
Uptake
in Mbale town.
Yeah.
You get it? We need to make sure that this KMTC is here and is big.
But they came to see Medubaba.
It's big.
Yeah.
Now let's go. We need to tell Kaimosi University, you have to put here a town campus. Yes. Because Mbale is prime place for me. I would want to do my masters. But then how would I go to, if it's here, 2 minutes I'm in class. We need to go and look for other institutions, tell them, set up, be here, and then support them. You get it?
Yeah.
So we need to build a town. We need to build a home that's good for business. And those who are doing business out there, please promote also
Our local
business.
Yes.
You can set up a business in Kisumu, but in a way, find a way of having another shop in Mbale.
Yeah.
Distribution shop. Then let me come to the uniform.
Yeah.
Those who sell stationery.
Yeah.
We are big in that industry.
Very big.
Very big.
Very huge.
But our suppliers ni Wahindi kutoka Kisumu. Why can't we promote our local supplier stationaries from Cheptul? The local stationaries in Cheptul, local stationaries in Luanda, local stationaries in Majengo and Chavakali. Can we promote them? Can we say that these are the people who need to supply in our schools?
Not even just schools, at a mountain. Because if you've noticed, hotels have really increased in number in Viga.
And there's a young man who has set up a textile industry here in Viga. Although but he's doing it's in Muhaya, but he's doing a shop here. We need to support such
Textile.
You get there, the several machines, people seated, employment created, uniforms produced.
Serious.
Schools needs to support such a person.
Here.
Yes, here in Viga. We need to grow the cottage industry. We need to be we need to really target it. Intentional. We need to be very intentional in business.
Okay. The more you speak, the more naguja. So there's somebody who is, do we have a text?
He has booked a booth in our expo. Come and you'll meet one man called Zaki Zogonji. Doing so much.
God. Okay, now another question.
Yes.
We have these small dairy farmers.
Yes.
How's that happened to you? Nimekuja kugundua, this is where now you might really want to help.
Wow.
Because I realized very many people have cows.
Yes.
And you can't drink all that milk.
Yes.
Don't lie. Huwezi kunywa tu maziwa siku yote.
Yes.
People have excess and some of them wish to sell.
Yes.
Now, an industry like that one.
Now we come to the dairy. In the last business award, we awarded Gisambai Dairy. But there are several dairy farms. I've seen an Magui Dairy coming up, Higa Dairy, the one that has been running.
Yeah.
And we have several other dairies coming out. In our business expo, we have Kenya Industrial Estate. And Kenya Industrial Estate, they are supporting dairy 100%.
Yeah.
We would help them get freezers, those cooler machines and all that.
Yeah.
So we would welcome them. We welcome dairies to come and exhibit what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I want to just put it categorical that we are as good as the dairy and society that we have built.
Yeah.
If we are able to have a dairy that is making prompt payment, no, and also making sales of the milk that we supply to them, then we would be moving the bar from poverty to something. Because then even having that cow would mean that you have employed yourself. You are in business. Because people should not just think that having a shop is when you are in business. Having a cow that you feed and is able to give you a surplus of milk, and that milk you are able to sell at good price and get a living out of it, you are in business. You are in business. So we need to develop and grow our dairy industry.
And I think one of the few things I challenge people in Viga is if we can get our heads together, I think Viga has capacity to open a very serious dairy plant, in the sense that we can produce cheese comfortably. We can produce these milk products, yogurt. Honestly, kuna kampuni ya yogurt unajua so far in Viga.
I know. I pick my yogurt from Kisambai Dairy.
They make it.
I also there's also the yogurt at Vihiga Dairy. I told you we are doing so much, but then we are not saying.
That's
when you when you have a light and you put it under the table, nobody know. So industries that are having potential to become in Viga, horticulture. If you're able to do vegetables,
definitely,
dairy, beekeeping, honey, apiculture. You get it?
And this one will be organic, so it's nice.
Yes, and then we have potential to do production to a level of export. And I love it because Tupande, who are our partners and are coming into this event that we have, Tupande have been doing contractual farming ya maize na beans. Wamekuwa wakipea watu maize on loans, people then go and do the farm and audition. But now Tupande, the conversation we had with Purity, this is what she told me. We are now discouraging people from doing that. We want all of us to go into horticulture because we have tried it in Central and it's rewarding. These farms that we are continuously planting maize are not, they're not giving value. So for them, they're now getting into macadamia, getting into,
those things that
horticulture. That's where there's money.
Yes.
Avocado. Hey, my friend, avocado has money. And there is a model farm of avocado here in Gimomoy, and there's another one in Cheptul. Go there and see how you can plant avocado in 2 years, and it has avocado and it's full. You're doing production. Go there. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. Someone has done it somewhere and it's working. We haven't explored this. When we are saying business ideas, people think that they are extraordinary. There are these things that we are able to see and be able to do. So, because we need to produce.
We are kujanga. Yes, so I feel like I have so many questions.
So now let me just call it. We are having a business expo on 27th and 28th. On Friday and Saturday of next week.
Is there a fee to get in?
No, free entry. Leta watoto wako waenjoy kids corner. Kuja wewe ukiwa na legal issues, kuna lawyers firm that would help you. Kuja ukiwa na financial issues, there are banks that will be there to help you. Kuja ukiwa na issues zenye unahitaji funding kubwa, KIE and these other organizations will be there. Kuja uone venye other organizations, businesses, the locals, they are doing. Come, you will meet local businesses, those doing value addition, those doing textile, those doing all that. They are all attending a business expo, the Viga Business Expo 2025, the first of its kind. Municipal grounds, Bale.
This will be your
Make
first.
sure you are there.
This is your first.
This is our first expo
ever. Okay. After this, because sawa tumekuja expo, tumesaidika. Are you guys going to work
networks? And yes, there is a journey. Networks. You are able to build the networks, and the networks are able also to work with you. We will go with that. We'll tell you these are the number of people who are there. This is Nene, and this is the outcome. we were able to connect this to this.
Okay.
We were able to do this. We were able to help.
Asa, now some of these meetings I see you hold with the business people.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit more? Because I notice you do it all the time.
Right now, I'm headed to Wawire for a mentorship of businesses. We mentor business.
Yeah.
Business needs someone to work out with them.
Yeah.
Help them do the records right.
Yeah.
Help them do, when you do your records right, when you do your finances right,
yes.
When you do your digital marketing and market linkage right, why would you then fail? So Chamber must be there as a companion to work with you. So we do mentorship your businesses, and so far so good. Reception very nice, and for us, we are in a business of growing your business together. That's our rallying call, growing your business together. Yeah. So we work with you to grow your business together. Okay. And that is what we do every day. Yes.
Can we be involved? Because the thing is, most people might want to know. Do you have a WhatsApp group? How do people get in touch with you? Like sasa tuambie tukitaka kushika weekly vizuri atusaidie kwa biashara yetu anzia hapo. We have our office in Mbale town. Yeah. Next to the county commissioner's office. That is where the Chamber of Commerce office is. Yeah. But we also have our office in Chavakali. That is a boardroom. Yeah. If you have meetings and you're looking for a boardroom, just come to Chamber. We'll give you a boardroom at a very small fee, but then you'll have a very good boardroom to have your meetings. We also have a satellite office in Luanda. If you have an issue just next to Mulele Plaza, you get there, you'll find a lady called Selfa. If you have an issue with Chamber, he will help you. Okay. Ideally, I'm always at the Chamber desk, ready to help members. We have our WhatsApp group. Yeah. We have our website. We have a Facebook page. Yeah. We have our channel of communication. If you need to reach out to us, kindly feel free. Yeah. I will leave my number so that then you can be able to catch up. Okay. If you have an issue, we are able to help you. Okay. My number is 0717 11 9790. 0717 11 9790. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you this guy is a genius. Kila time nakutananga naye, I get ideas. Na msimeona, I did not lie. Because and this is the thing, we are hoping we stay in touch with them every week. I want to see if we can be engaging him and other members of the Chamber of Commerce. They come here, they help us because I think we need to grow. No, not I think, I believe we need to grow.
Yes.
In fact, one thing I want to do ni kuhakikisha mimi shamba yangu ina produce. Umejua umeniambia sasa macadamia na avocado. Nimesikia. I have heard what you said. Tondapanda nepia side moja ya ng'ombe, hii side nyingine wacha nione kama ndeka avocado na macadamia.
Yes.
Maybe that's the thing. But those ones are mostly for export, right?
Yes. The market for avocados is export, but then even now we are not even exporting the avocados. We squeeze the oil and just export the oil. Yes.
Value adding.
And the number of, watu hapa kuna these African avocados. Yeah. Mtu anauza gunia moja 300. Na ukipeleka Ruiru ni pesa ngapi? 2500. That's another day I will come. But I must appreciate that those businesses that are really springing up. And again, I would just come to talk about women, opportunities for women in business.
Yeah. And I've been told that's now a big thing.
A big thing. Like Stanbic Bank, they have a program that they are rolling for the women. Please, if you are a woman, you are into business or you think of getting into business, please don't wait for tomorrow. It's today. Look for us. Let's help you. In fact, look for me. I give you the link. You apply now. I have a link on my phone.
Do they need a business or do they?
You just need to be a woman.
Tafadhali wanawake tengenezeni pesa msaidie mandume zenu. I am telling you.
Yes.
And like I said, especially in church, please, ladies, empower some of these men because I realize women have power to
And the banks love them because women rarely default
on loans, and they're very faithful.
Very faithful.
Hata chama.
Hata chama. Chama ni ya mama.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this was Wycliffe from KNCCI with me this morning. Now, Learn Freedom Friday. So, hey, this is the thing. You can become your own boss and set yourself free. So, ndio inawaletea mtu aseme ati Uprising mnakuja tu mnatuhubiria na mtoche mnatengeneza pesa. Na like I said, now, men, I am challenging men to go into business, especially if you are in Western Kenya. Go do something. Wycliffe reminded us, God blesses the work of our hands. So let's get our hands doing something. Tufanye kitu. Mimi niko na haraka kutoka hapa kwa sababu najua nataka nitumie link kwanza because I know kuna mtu mahali anahitaji hiyo link. Mimi na stand big, sijui mimi siwezi fika, lakini najua nikisaidia mtu mwingine atanisaidia. Ama namna gani? Anyway, so remember, badala usikosekane. And like I said, if Friday, Saturday for the expo, even if you're in another county and you want to come here and you want to invest in Viga, or Viga is home, and sasa kama sasa nyinyi watu mnaniangalia mkiwa sijui Dubai, watu wenye mweko all over the world, and you want to invest in Viga, this is a very good opportunity for you to get ideas on what you can do in this county to make the best of this county. Last but not least, special shout out to all my peoples, all our partners who make this happen. Na watu wangu wa Bungoma, like I told you, we are going to be with you the beginning of August for our anniversary. Na sasa officially pia nimeongeza Chamber of Commerce ya Vihiga kwa sababu ni marafiki zetu, na hata Kakamega, Bungoma wote. You guys are now our invited guests. I'll make sure you get letters. Na nimewakaribisha sana, especially on the 2nd, because that's when we get to celebrate and we get to recognize everybody who has stood with us. I am blessed to be with you this morning. Let's enjoy our freedom this Friday. Na leo shout out ya muhimu sana, singekosa kufanya hivi. Wachungaji wote wenye wamesaidia vijana wapate kazi kwa makanisa, I commend you. And young men, come together and go tell your pastor, waite watu wa chambers, because what they're talking about, ladies, you girls, you are struggling with school fees, this is a very good opportunity for you to tap into tengeneza hii kitu. Unajua kitu kitengenezeka kwa kwamba Mungu anakuwa. Kwa sababu sasa kujenga kanisa, kujenga hizi studio, printing these things is this. And I need more partners. Na najua ukibarikiwa, you will partner with us. So God bless you. And guess what? Oh, no. Shout out to Shakur. Shakur, wherever you are, huyo mnikwambia napiga picha. The fact that you showed me that you can be 6 people in an industry and you have your own niche. Na wewe umefanya tu vizuri. Shout out. I will show you some of the things he does. If you don't mind, go to our social media pages. Hata leo nikitoka hapa naenda anipige picha. Alafu nitapostia moneti kazi yenyewe kijana inaweza fanya. Others, God bless you so much. And until Monday, where we will be with Esther Nyonje talking politics in Kenya today. God bless you.
It is the breakfast show with some Wawire.